This video reveals the most popular colors for fall 2025, winter 2026. What they say, how to wear them, and what they really mean for style next season. Leave now and you'll miss the shades that are shaping everything from outerwear to accessories. But stay and you'll be ahead of the curve on every single one. Hello and welcome to MM.Design or Design. My name is Maria and this channel is all about fashion, all about trends, all about the analysis of what's going on the runways and what we are soon to see trickle down onto the mainstream streetwear, name it. Today we'll be taking a look at what the Pantone has presented us with the trend report on their colors from London and New York Fashion Weeks, as well as some of my own personal observations sprinkled throughout. Without any further ado, let's get started with the reds, my personal favorite. Reds, strong, sensual, and statement making. This was pretty much the only color that was really bright and out there, and it is the poppy red. Kicks us off with a bang. This true spirited red, vibrant, sensual, celebratory. It showed up everywhere from Victoria Beckham, Undercover, to Valentino, Alexander McQueen, and Ferragamo. It was styled in everything from flowing dresses to sporty outerwear, and of course my favorite are the outerwear in red. Those are so gorgeous, like a statement coat. This is a powerful color. Wear it when you want to command attention. It flatters warmer skin tones and fits into a bold, confident aesthetic like a power dressing or statement minimalism, or you can definitely play it around in eclectic style as well. And this poppy red was seen on both London
and New York Fashion Weeks, and it's a perfect color when we think about fall going into those winter holidays. Next one up,
a winter berry. On the other hand, leans into a sultry sophistication. It's more rosy, making it ideal for cooler complexions. Think deep romance. We saw it at Saint Laurent, Courageous, Chanel, Simon Rocha, often paired with black metallics or sheer textures. If you're into the elegant drama, this is your red for sure, but honestly, always think about your complexion. Always think about which color, is it the cooler or the warmer sister that will fit you best, especially for the lipsticks too. Pretty much anybody could wear red. You just need to match that, either a cooler or a warmer undertone with your complexion, and that will work as well. If you're worried about it just not being your color, then go for something that's far away from the face, like a pair of shoes. Let's move on to oranges. Warm, earthy, and autumnal. And we're starting off with the Brandied Melon. It's a muted orange with spice. It's cozy but sophisticated. It glowed in the collections of Tod's, Fenty, Chloe, and Etro, as well as many more, especially in the bohemian dressing and even dyed furs. A great tone for transition pieces from summer into fall or winter into spring. For me, it's kind of like the muted peach color and a little bit foreshadowing for the rest of the colors. Many hues were really muted, really dark, really down to earth, very earthy colors. So keep that in mind going forward. Desert Sun is more camel meets pumpkin pie. A tanny tan orange that gives you all the toasted, rustic vibes of a fall sunset. With brands like Zimmermann, Dress Van Noten, and Michael Kors used it especially in the suede outerwear. It's neutral enough to go with anything, but still brings that warmth to the look. All right, let's move on to greens. From botanical to citrus to mysterious. Let's start with lemongrass. Is a subtle and sophisticated, a lemony beige green that adds a freshness without being loud. On the runways of Gucci, Victoria Beckham, and Chloe, this color brought lightness to structured silhouettes and sheer blouses. It was often paired with something neutral, but I will talk about the color combinations in the second video, so make sure to check that one out. Next one up is the Salted Lime. The bolder is citric zesty green with personality. It was seen in Diesel, Prada, and Balmain, sometimes even veering into the highlighter territory. It brings playfulness to the dressing. There were some darker shades of this in the outerwear, especially like puffer jackets and streetwear inspired looks. Going into the darker ones as well, with the Magical Forest. It's a little bit on a cooler side when the Salted Lime was definitely a warmer one. This is the opposite mood for sure, deep, shadowy, and mysterious. A true forest green is grounded. Collections from Louis Vuitton, Max Mara, Burberry often showed in outerwear and suiting. It's perfect for a darker, moody fall aesthetic with a touch of fantasy. I believe that this is a beautiful color and an alternative to darks like blacks and browns, and it would be a great transition colors from the season into the next. While not on the official Pantone list, Light Sage Green had a big moment spotted at Alexander McQueen, Stella McCartney, and Chanel. In chiffons and chunky knits, it's a fresh alternative to beige, and it was paired with many of these neutral colors as well.
It was styled as a pop of color in some outfits, while others wore a monochromatic, and this is a really refreshing color for fall/winter.
Fanfare is a dark ocean green that communicates elegance and calm, very close to the WG Ascend's 2026 color of the year called Transformative Teal. Fanfare is great for refined minimalism or luxurious layering, which is really close to yet another color that was presented on the Pantone Color Trend Report. Leon's Blue, a deep teal, brings vintage glamour with a contemporary twist. Seen at shows like Saint Laurent, Gucci, Etro, Undercover, it was often used in outerwear and accessories. It's one of those rare color tones that still feels cozy. I can't say that there were a lot of these teal-like colors, but I'm sure if Pantone agrees with the color of the year, we'll be seeing much more of these. All right, another color or a couple that were not on the list would be the Baby Blue and the Cerulean Blue. They weren't on the trend report, but there were a few shows that had both of them or one of them in their collections, like Prada, Chanel, White, Altuzara, and Versace. The Baby Blue appeared mostly in the romantic soft silhouettes, while the Cerulean brought energy to tailoring and knitwear.
The Baby Blue, as all of the other colors listed here, was a little bit dustier, a little bit more earthy, less baby-like, and more regal, more grounded. And as you can see, the lighting in all of these shows kind of give these colors a little bit of a different tint. So if you're feeling like the swatches aren't perfectly aligned, that may be it.
All right, the Crown Blue, a little bit on the neutral side. This is the dependable dark wash denim tone. It was featured in both of the Pantone reports of the London and New York Fashion Weeks, as seen on Zimmermann, Simon Rocha, Isabel Marant, and Dolce & Gabbana. This blue works with any neutral and adds a maturity to casual or formal looks. Just think about that deep blue suiting, maybe like a little bit of a sailor aesthetic. Lots of shows paired it with black, but honestly, it is a great substitute to black if your complexion just cannot pull black off as well.
It's a stunning color, reminds me of the dark winter nights with clear skies.
Purples. Vintage drama meets modern opulence. Damson, a rich jewel tone purple with vintage appeal. Think velvet blazers and dramatic gowns like as we've seen in Miu Miu, Chloe, and Saint Laurent. We also have Fig and Mauvine. Follow suit, fruity, warm, and sophisticated. These tones popped up at Etro, Tom Ford, Ferragamo, and Altuzara, often in tailored and textured pieces. They're great paired with browns, grays, or soft pinks. They were featured independently in both of the London and as well as New York Fashion Weeks, and we see this kind of like a deep burgundy coming from previous seasons. This is definitely something that you can find in your closet if you have shopped recently, and any color can be matched closer to your complexion by it having either a cooler undertone, a little bit of a warmer undertone. Like, is it a little bit more purple or is it a little bit more red, if you know what I mean?
And this color would look stunning in any outerwear color. It's not that bright, but it's also brings that interest to the outerwear, so you're not gonna get really bored of it really fast. But also accessories such as bags and shoes, and also think about makeup. Maybe try to introduce a lip, something more powerful, something darker for fall winter.
All right, lavender blue offers lighter, more ethereal vibes. It was seen on the London Fashion Weeks, and we're seen in brands like Gucci, Michael Kors, and Alexander McQueen. This color gives a fresh, airy lift to all fall fashion. This is definitely the non-predictable version, and yet you can think about the Halloween, think about it being the tint of purple, thus making it work with the rest of the colors that we see here. I've also seen a bunch of the more true, like royal purples, but unfortunately they did not make the list on any of the Pantone trend reports. But honestly, it's fall. You think about Halloween, fall. It's a no-brainer for me. We're heading into the pinks, romantic, playful, and refined. Primrose pink is the star here, a soft blush, what echoes millennial pink, but with more elegance. From Balmain to Prada, it appears in delicate fabrics, skirts, sheer blouses, and dresses. It's an ideal layering base and works beautifully with both gold and silvers, and was used in a lot of color combinations on the runways.
It is a surprising color for fall winter, but when they're mixed or combined with more earthy colors such as browns, beige, maybe even gray, it brings it down, tones it down, and creates an interesting combination for the upcoming season. I love how Ganni did it, a very fun, very kind of girly, but not really. The Prada show as well, playing with the color and the silhouettes of the dresses, kind of those shapeless kids dresses but on adults now. And I think this is a really incredible and fresh way of looking at it.
Brown, luxe, earthy, and versatile. Malcamus, the 2025 color of the year, signaled the dominance of the brown tones. So we see the bronze brown and the bronze mist brought both a metallic earthy richness as seen in the London as well as New York Fashion Weeks separately. Not quite a big difference there, but they were definitely on this kind of a mustardy green color, and were used in shows like Schiaparelli, Tod's, and Valentino. They're perfect for accessories, shoes, and silky coats that had a subtle shimmer.
Bronze brown is a versatile color that generally suits medium to dark skin tones well, particularly those with warm undertones. However, with the right shade, it could also be worn by lighter skin tones. And as I always say, if you love a color, but it just does not look great next to your face, put it somewhere else. Choose a bottoms shoes, bags, just pair something that goes well with it on top that works well with your skin.
Next we have a chili oil, a red brown with depth, seasoned, spicy, but seasonless. This is a versatile tone that worked beautifully in Zimmermann and Acne Studio collections. Much of a warmer brown tone, so if you have a warmer complexion, this is definitely something that you could try out. And once again, just make sure to check out my next video to see how this color was combined with the rest of the ones that I'm talking about right now. All right, hot chocolate, French roast, and chocolate martini. Give us all the warmth and indulgence shown in leather, suede, silks, and furs across Ferragamo, Stella McCartney, Louis Vuitton. These are the classic shades you can keep in rotation for years. They have subtle differences in between them, like the French roast and the chocolate martini. They were a little bit on a cooler side, while hot chocolate still had that maybe even like a neutral tone to it. Many shows had these colors paired with some fresher, lighter ones. Big pairing was red and browns, so if you're a fan of red, you can try that out for yourself.
As you can see, brown isn't going anywhere, and it is a very safe bet when deciding to buy something or invest into something much bigger, much greater, much better quality. So feel free to get something, and it is a classic. It will last you a lifetime.
All right, whites, soft light and year-round freshness. Bright white and wispy cloud offered two takes on the purity, one crisp and cool, and the other creamy and warm. Seen at Givenchy, Off-White, and Chanel, whites were shown head to toe in layered sheer dresses, structured blazers, and quilted outerwear. Whites are basically neutrals, so they're here a lot.
However, white for me is usually more of a spring-summer color. I just feel like it's something that you would wear in the sun so you don't get overheated. But it is an interesting thought when it comes to these really boring, rainy days. I just wonder how the color would look like in that weather. Maybe just save it for those fantastic trips abroad to somewhere hot, or maybe some special occasions.
And another popular color was
Gray.
Strong, cool, and subtle. Cumulus cloud and vapor blue gave the misty, subtle gray with soft blue undertone, another a little bit warmer. Perfect for minimalists. Designers like Gucci, Acne Studios, and Chloe used these in knitwear and sleek suiting, as well as very flowy gowns. This was yet another color that was very popularly styled with a bunch of different ones, as well as a lot of monochromatics.
But honestly, when it came to gray, it was like 50 shades of gray, maybe even 1,000. There were so many different shades, so many different tints of this gray color, and for sure this is something that I can see people wearing during fall winter without any issues. This is definitely speaks to the aesthetic of most of the cities and their weather, their rain that is going to happen. We have one last shade to share with you, and it's again gray. You're welcome.
Dark ghoul gray. A deep and sturdy charcoal rounded things off, present in Louis Vuitton, Simon Rocha, and Max Mara. It works as a new black, a quieter strength in outerwear and heavy tailoring. All right, you guys, this completes the color report. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a shorter video compared to my other ones. Let me know which colors you have enjoyed, from the zesty green to indulgent browns. But what ties them all together? The mood of grounded elegance, but still with some room for play. Whether you lean into more bold color choices or neutrals, there's a color trend here to inspire your wardrobe. But definitely, if you take a look at the entire color scheme, it is more muted, it is more earthy, it has a little bit of brown in every single color. Thank you very much for watching to the end. If you're still here, make sure to leave a heart in your favorite color. If you want to support me, please like this video, subscribe if you're not already, and share it with somebody that you know for sure would love it. If you like to see how I style colors, then make sure to check out my Instagram page, where I share either my daily outfits or some interesting behind the scenes of a fashion shoot, a local runway, or maybe just something from my life. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're gonna have an amazing rest of the day, and yeah, stay classy. Bye.